So I really love this topic for a couple of reasons. I see myself as a sort of humble person. And sometimes I feel that, I don't know, gets me down in life. I feel like I lose out on a lot of opportunities because I don't speak up, because I don't chase certain opportunities, because I don't stand out in a crowd and things like that as well. And I see you as the opposite type of person. You're very outspoken, you're very outgoing. And what I really want to achieve in this episode here tonight is speaking to the individuals out there who are like me and who want to be more outspoken, but at the same time, try and strike a balance between being humble and being cocky, and just really strike a balance between that, number one. And number two, understanding that, as you mentioned, when you're listening, when you're engaged in conversation, when you're practicing humility, you want to also try and diminish the judgmentalism, right? So try and not judge people based on your own biased opinion. Try and understand where they're coming from. And I think exploring it from those two angles is just going to be so interesting, because I think, again, I'm going to learn so much from this episode.
We have to, at some point, start showing an abundance mentality. So thinking about there's always more than enough in the world. So don't fight for every little piece of territory that you think you deserve. If it's about money, there's more than enough for you to make. If it's about success, there's more to go and make your own. If it's about happiness, you make your own. There's just always an abundance of everything in life, and you don't have to fight or have that underlying competition with every single person that you encounter for whatever kind of territory it is that they have that you want. If I can work on that, I think I'm like half the way there, is because I've got this scarcity mentality where I've worked super hard to where I am. I don't want to lose any of it. Like, this is my little piece that I've carved out for me. I will not give up anything. And I worked for this, and I need to stop that.
You might come across someone in your life that you see that they don't have a lot. And I haven't done this too much because I didn't grow up with a lot. But I've seen this happen so many times where people look down upon others and say, yeah, but that person doesn't have a nice house and a nice car because they're lazy. They don't want to work. They don't go out. They're not looking for decent jobs. They're not studying and pushing themselves hard enough. But judging without context is such a dangerous thing. And I think it ties so beautifully into humility as well, because once you become quiet and you start listening to others, you can hear their story. You take into consideration the circumstances that they might be thrown into without, their control, or that something that's completely outside of their control. One of the first questions that I have to you is, can a person be too humble? Because obviously we want to establish a baseline of saying, if you're extremely cocky and you don't really care too much about others, or maybe you're too confident and you have to constantly remind yourself that you have to care more about others and listen more. But what happens to, a part of the audience who's sitting there and saying, but I am a humble person and that's not getting me ahead in life. Should I be more outspoken? How can I be more like you?
Firstly, yes, I think there is a limit to humility. I think as soon as humility results in any kind of harm to yourself, so people, again, taking advantage and that bringing you down to such a level that you are giving so much of yourself that there's nothing left for yourself, that will obviously be damaging. So there's a fine line, as usual, where you should still keep some of your humility to yourself, and you should also still take care of yourself first before anyone else. If you are a sick puppy, you can't help others, right? So always take care of yourself first, and then being humble after that, I still see as probably one of the best personality traits that someone can have.
If you want to get access to sneak previews to our upcoming shows on a weekly basis, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel or join our Facebook page, where we also share our blog posts and other great content from time to time. So head over to our Facebook and YouTube channels and feel free to share it with your friends so that they can also join you on the journey to success. Until next time, guys, cheers.